This is the new Vintage Z2 flash from Viltrox. And I'm really excited for this flash for a couple of reasons. Mainly because it fixes a lot of problems with some of the other smaller flashes that I've used in the past. Now we'll get to why that is in a second, but let me tell you a little bit more about this first. It includes both auto and manual flash modes, and it weighs only 52 grams. And one of my favorite aspects about the Vintage Z2 is that it includes an internal battery. So you don't have to worry about taking out batteries and forgetting to charge them and replace them. It just has a USB-C charging port on the side, which allows you to charge it pretty quickly. And the best part of that is, once the battery is fully charged, it lasts for 700 full power flashes, which is actually pretty nuts. It also includes a small piece that allows you to clip onto the flash, so it gives you a bit more of a diffused light rather than a harsh light for flash photography. And when you are not using the flash, you can tilt it back down and it remains fairly compact, and just pop it back up whenever you are ready to use it. And the flash has 5 power levels. You have 1/16, 1/8, 1/4, 1/2, and 1. Now, I know it's far from being the most small and compact flash out there. There's no denying that. But I actually prefer and really like the fact that it is fairly small and compact, doesn't take up that much space when you're not using it, but when you are ready to use it, you just tilt it up. And there is a good reason for that. Let me go swap lenses real quick and I'll be right back. So when you're using a very small and compact flash, not much bigger than what this is right now, let me focus on this right here. The actual flash is very low to the camera. So when you are using bigger lenses, just like this 20-70 or something like it larger, you could be using an 85mm 1.4 or a 24-70. The flash, when it's super low down to the camera, like on the Sony a7C, it creates a shadow whenever you try and use it, which means you can't really use that flash with larger lenses. But this flash is kind of the best of both worlds, because you got the super small compact size when you're not using it, and then you can just tilt it up when you are ready to use it. All right, with that said, let me go over this flash and show you exactly how it works. All right, one of my favorite aspects about this flash is that it is super simple and easy to use. Turn it on, you have this button here on the side, just hold it down for a second, and you'll see that it is now on. It is currently in the TTL automatic mode, but if you want to switch between the automatic and the manual mode, just hold down the minus, and there you go, super quick. And just choose whatever strength or intensity that you want. Now, let me just, for example, let me turn on the camera real quick and just show you how long the recharge or recycle rate is for each strength. So let's do 16. See, that was pretty much instant. 1/8, also pretty much instant. 1/4, a little bit longer, but still pretty much instant. 1/2, a little bit longer, pretty quick though. And the 1. You can see that's a little bit longer, but it's still super quick. So how fast the recycle, recharge time, whatever you want to call it, is on this flash is one of my favorite things about this flash for its size, and of course the 700 shots per full charge for the battery on this thing, which is crazy. And the USB-C port is right here on this side, as you can see. But let me just explain why I love this flash so much more than my other flash. So this is my old flash that you guys have probably seen in previous accessory videos or camera bag videos. This is the Godox Luxe Junior. And while I still love this flash, I think it looks great on the Sony a7C because of that extra silver on here. The biggest problem is that it's a little too large to actually fit in my camera bag, which means I never actually end up using this thing hardly ever. So as you can see, I like using a very small camera bag. This is I think it's 6 liters, but I have room for my camera, 1 extra lens, and then I have my microphones that I typically use to record my videos in here. And because of that, there's not a whole lot of room anywhere else to include this flash. It doesn't really fit in here very well. But the Vintage Z2 fixes that problem. It's so small, I can just toss it in there, and it fits in there super, super neat, and yeah, it fits. All right, enough talk. Let's take some photos with this flash and see how it does. I'm shooting on the A7CR and the 35mm 1.8. All right, now we're gonna play around with some long exposure flash photography. All right, so the flash worked pretty much exactly as intended. I mean, it's a flash. What more do you expect, you know, for a flash that only costs $36, which I forgot to mention earlier in the video, which is kind of a big deal. When I found out this flash was only $36, you know, for what you get, that kind of blew my mind a little bit. Now, don't expect this to replace a larger, more powerful flash, especially if you're shooting something like weddings. I feel like the Vintage Z2 kind of sits in that tier between, you know, cheaper cameras that have a built-in flash and then the larger, more expensive flashes. It's obviously not perfect, and of course there are things that I wish this flash could do, but that's what those more expensive flashes are for. It's perfect for little photo shoots just like this, or if you want a decent flash just to keep on your camera that is non-cumbersome for maybe photographing your kids or your family. It's hard to say anything negative about this because it's obvious what the Z2 is for and what it's not for. This flash is clearly just meant for someone who takes the occasional photo with flash and nothing else. So thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video and subscribe to help support the channel. You can become a member of the channel to watch videos just like this one early. In the meantime, I hope I could inspire you guys to get out and take more photos. Go out and shoot.